Hello and welcome to another episode of Women Crush It with Hope. Today we are hearing a story about Miriam under the theme Restored Hope Through Christ's Love. Restored Hope Through Christ's Love. My name is Tsitsi Chingosho-Becheni. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. And we know that all things works together for good for those who love God, who have been called according to his purpose. So, the story of Miriam. Miriam had been married for 4 years. She entered her marriage with the dreams of a happy family, filled with love and unity. But from a very beginning, her in-laws, particularly her mother-in-law, made it clear that they didn't approve of her. They criticized her cooking. They demeaned her upbringing. They dismissed her efforts to be a good daughter-in-law. Miriam tried everything she could to win their affection. She would cook their favorite meals, offering them gifts, silently enduring insults. Yet, no one seemed to care. Her husband, Daniel, loved her but struggled to stand up for her, leaving her feeling alone and unsupported. Each passing year, her hope for a peaceful marriage faded. One day, in her despair, Miriam stumbled upon a video online from Hope Mentions platform. A woman named Tsitsi was teaching about hope in Christ Jesus. Intrigued and curious, she began following her teachings regularly. The woman's message on relying on Jesus Christ alone for strength and shifting focus from people to God struck a chord in Miriam. The woman often said, "Anchor in Jesus where hope is renewed. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." She would often quote on Jesus' words from Matthew chapter 11 verse 28. Miriam began to internalize this truth. One day, she mustered the courage to send this woman a message, sharing her struggles. To her surprise, the woman responded, offering encouragement and prayer. Their conversation became the turning point in Miriam's life. She began to pray fervently, asking God to give her strength and wisdom. She learned to find joy in God's promises rather than seeking validation from others. Slowly, her hope was renewed and she became stronger. One day, Miriam's mother-in-law fell gravely ill. The family members were unavailable, and Miriam was the only one at home. Without hesitation, she took her mother-in-law to the hospital. When she was discharged, she fetched her mother-in-law and brought her to her own house. Despite their history, Miriam cared for her mother-in-law with love and respect. She cooked for her, bathed her, prayed for her daily. Her faith in Christ sustained her. And she kept remembering Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways submit to him, and you'll make your path straight. Her mother-in-law, witnessing this unwavering kindness, was deeply moved. Miriam's prayers and care began to soften her heart. One day, her mother-in-law, with tears in her eyes, told the rest of the family, Miriam is a good woman. I was so wrong about her. Please forgive me, Miriam, my daughter-in-law." The transformation didn't stop there. Her husband, Daniel, seeing her strength and faith, apologized for not standing by her. The family followed suit, seeking her forgiveness. Miriam's home was no longer a battlefield. It became a haven of peace. Her husband began attending church with her, and they both grew closer to God and to each other. Daniel became a better husband, a man of faith and strength. Miriam's hope, once crushed, was now fully restored, not because people changed, but because she allowed God to work in her heart and through her actions. She lived out Ephesians 4 verse 32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as in Christ God forgave you. You know, this story teaches us that when we place our hope in Christ Jesus, we can turn our trials into testimonies because Jesus is able. Miriam's journey reminds us as women that God can use even the hardest circumstances to fulfill his purposes. No matter what you're going through as a woman, you can crush it with hope in Christ Jesus. No matter what you're going through in marriage, no matter what you're going through with your in-laws, crush it with hope. Miriam's life is a testament to Psalms 37 verse 5 to 6. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and you will do this. You will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. When we shift our focus from people to God, miracles happen. And sometimes the greatest transformation starts with a simple act of love and forgiveness. So are you ready to forgive your in-laws? Are you ready to forgive your husband for not standing with you? Are you ready to forgive anyone who didn't support you as a newly married woman? Are you ready to forgive anyone who has wronged you in your life? Show kindness. It renews hope in someone's life. If Miriam didn't show kindness to your mother-in-law, hope wasn't going to be renewed also in your mother-in-law's life. I hope you have learned something. Don't forget to anchor in Christ Jesus, where hope is renewed. Women, crush it hope. Women, crush it with prayer. Women, crush it with hopeful anchoring in Christ Jesus. Until next time, Mama Tsitsi here. Goodbye.